What's up, guys? We are here with the MVP show. We are finally back. We've had a little bit of a layoff here, but it's about time. We're finally back in action. New setup. Shout out Podcast Junkies and my man Ben over there. Clap. Boom. He'll do a little cut to him. There he is. My guy. There he is. Guys, we have so much to talk about. Relocating. We finally got a good system down here, and we're back with another co-host that we're proud to announce that's been a part of the MVP team, but behind the scenes. But without further ado, let's dive into it because we have a long show to talk about with a lot of facts that we want to dive into, from sports betting tips leading up to the Super Bowl to UFC this weekend. Let's dive into it. Sitting next to me, my man, my right-hand man on the MVP show. You guys know him as Simon. Some know him as Sweiss.
Yes, sir. Super Bowl, baby.
Let's go, baby. Yeah, he's the biggest Jewish sports bettor we know. So,
I'll take it.
Yeah, I don't know a better Jewish sports bettor than you, honestly. That might be your tagline.
That's a compliment.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
We're good at betting. We're good with money. What can I say?
There you go. That's it. You're not wrong. And sitting to his left is the new co-host of the MVP show. Some call him Chetty. Some call him
Aiden Hutchinson.
Aiden Hutchinson, but we call him Mons. Everyone give it up for Mons.
Yeah. What's going on?
Mons. Jersey's finest, baby.
Jersey's finest,
represent
baby.
the 973.
There we go, baby.
Get ready for some fucking crazy opinions from this guy.
Right.
Mons just knows how to mess with Simon. You just get it.
We'll go back to the Justin
Where's that
Fields.
Star of David, baby?
Where's the star of it?
Yeah, we got it.
that thing
we
out
got
there?
it.
Let him add a
Newer
boy.
chain. It's not as long as I would have liked. I'm looking real. Yeah. Oh, there it is. It's showing. It's showing. All right.
No, I love it. I love the. First off, Mons, I'm just happy that you're finally here with us. I know you've been behind the scenes working with MVP for quite some time, but finally we're like, we need you on the show, brother. You are the nuts and bolts of keeping everything together, essentially. Especially with this guy over here. You're a loose cannon, brother. But
You're in for a long 45 minutes.
Just
every single time we
roasting.
step in foot.
I'm ready to go.
This could actually be very beneficial on a sports betting perspective, or it could just be Mons roasting you for a solid 45
We'll get a little bit of both.
Yeah, a little bit of both. But let's get into it, guys, because we got a jam-packed weekend, and more importantly, the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is here, guys. We got who gives a fuck about these teams that are in there? I don't want to.
Whoa! Why are you saying it like that,
dude? Because I don't care about this game. It's already a repeat. I think no one other than people in Philadelphia and people in Kansas City don't care about this.
I care.
On probably making money perspective, correct?
I mean, we haven't seen a three-peat in this. I know you both are Pats fans, so you guys are just haters.
All right. Yes. But that's besides the point. We had our time with Tom Brady.
And you never won 3 in a row, so you don't want somebody else to do it. I get it.
It's not even that, It's just I just don't care for either team to win. I just don't like. I mean, nobody wants to see Patrick Mahomes win another one, I guess. I don't know. I just love Tom Brady. Fuck it. Yeah, I'll say it. I hate you, Patrick Mahomes. No. But with the odds and the line movement right now, what do you guys, and especially with you, it's minus 125 for Kansas City. Eagles are sitting at a plus 105. There's a lot of movement, and you were telling me earlier that the public is actually on the Eagles.
Well, the public is on the Eagles, but the books actually need the Eagles as well because of a lot of Chiefs futures and whatnot. So it's an interesting predicament right now. I would say in terms of who I'm all over the Chiefs. Just money line. Fuck the 1.5 money line.
Really?
Yeah. First three-peat we're getting. It's going to come down to a close game, as all Chiefs games, we'll talk about it, are close. And I think the Chiefs pull it out at the end. Better coach, better quarterback, better defensive coordinator, and it's by a landslide at coach and quarterback. I don't even think it's close, to be honest with you. That's going to fuck them up. Sirianni and his bald head. Sorry.
Fuck, dude.
Speaking of bald heads. Speaking of bald heads, you really are pulling for the Chiefs, aren't you?
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah, I'm going to have to shave the, hold on. It's kind of short right now.
We'll get into that a little bit later. We have a little proposition if the Chiefs if the Eagles end up winning. But Mons, who do you got this weekend? I know me and you, first off, we're kind of rooting. Yeah. We have a little side bet that
when you try and help out a potential client and you take a massive side bet on Josh Allen not to score a touchdown and he doesn't, then he wants to double down and take his winnings and parlay it with a Chiefs money line and a Kareem Hunt touchdown. So Now we're going to be taking that in the side and sweating that way more than we should be. So I'm either going to be rooting for the Eagles or for Kareem Hunt to just die in the first quarter.
Pacheco, baby.
Yeah, big game out of Pacheco.
Rutgers, Pacheco.
Give me a Jersey boy.
Yeah, we need Kareem Hunt to literally get fucking blown away in the first.
You guys will
quarter.
literally cheer if he gets injured in the first
100%.
play,
Yeah,
which
no,
is
I
so
mean,
As
that's
awful as that
terrible,
sounds. I mean,
terrible,
didn't
but-
he beat kids, right? Kareem Hunt?
Yeah, he did something.
Yeah, there's some sketchy.
Are we just throwing that out as rumors?
No,
is that real?
I'm gonna look it up.
He got cut from
We're
the,
just bringing up accusations
that's why he
about
got
this
cut
guy.
from the Chiefs
He's
the first
actually a
time.
really nice dude. We're like, yeah, I hope he gets fucking shot. I'm like, wait, are you looking this up right now? Did he really beat
Yeah,
kids?
he assaulted somebody.
There it is.
All right,
All right.
so
So if he gets injured,
Yeah, it is. what
He
it is.
assaulted some 19-year-old chick. I don't know.
that'll do it.
That's pretty
Anyway,
bad. Yeah.
Cleveland's just bad. Yeah.
Back to us rooting against Kareem
Yes.
Hunt. So yeah, I'm on the Eagles now. Unfortunately,
I will be rooting for the Eagles, and as just a Patriots fan, I also will be rooting for the Eagles solely just because I don't want to see Mahomes come close to the GOAT, to
Yeah,
Brady.
they
But I
did-
think sadly it's going to happen. I do. I
they,
really do.
They did a stat sheet side by side with Tom Brady where he was at 29 and Patrick Mahomes where he was at 29, and unfortunately Patrick Mahomes currently has the more accolades, compared to Tom Brady. But then again, Tom Brady did age like fine wine, and he turned it up after 35. So.
Yeah,
And then lost his whole family. So I guess we'll see if that happens to Patrick Mahomes. I'm not too sure if
Does it make you feel old, Ray, that like Mahomes is the same age as us and how much he's accomplished?
I mean, honestly, that's just sad now. I mean, I'm taking my headphones off. I'm out of here. Fucking A. He's like, aren't you miserable with your life that Patrick Mahomes is such a success at our age? Like,
I don't know.
Jesus Christ. Like, he just brought down so much depression. That's terrible. All right, now that I'm going to go fucking cry to sleep, Simon, great. But one thing I want to touch on, because I know we've been big about it, and, a lot of books don't have this, but, we have access to certain books that could bring these values and these odds to light leading up to the Super Bowl. And we've been on it for the whole fucking season with the Chiefs 1-9 winning margin.
Actually, Ray cashed on the 1-6 winning margin this past week.
Hey.
Plus 275. Put 2 units on the clients. That's 5.5 units on that. But yes, 1-9 winning margin, meaning the Chiefs win by 1-9 points. You can only find it on exclusive books, so reach out if you want those, because Hard Rock does not have that. But yeah, 1-9 Chiefs were in. I think when we went over, it was like 60 to 70% of their games they were within 1-9, and probably like 45 to 50 were 1-6. So I expect this to be another close game. Looking for the Chiefs 1-9 live. We'll probably be hammering that, to be honest.
So you're saying, regardless of who wins, I know, like I said, the Eagles, but you think that this is going to be a very close game.
Yeah, I mean, all the Chiefs Super Bowls, except the one where they lost to Brady with their O-line was screwed up, have been close. Most of their playoff games are close. And the Eagles have a better roster. I don't think anybody would doubt that, but the coach, quarterback on Kansas City is better.
It's just hard to go against Patrick Mahomes in such clutch times.
Well, and the refs, too, as people said.
How much of a factor do you think refs are? And also, we're going to dive into it on another sport that was technically a ref, an umpire. It's just technically a ref in baseball. But do you think these refs get fucking paid off? Be honest. You think so?
They're still involved with some shit, yeah.
They have to be.
I mean, these
involved.
NFL refs, we've talked about it like 8 times. They're part-time, the NFL guys.
I don't know if I would say they're getting paid off. I don't think that it's solely like, here's a check, call the game this way. Is there a narrative that the league wants to be pushed? Yes. So I think the refs will call a game to push that narrative. But I'm a big baseball guy, so I have a lot to talk about with Holberg, the umpire. We'll get into that.
We'll dive into it.
So to your point, are they getting paid off? No. Are they pushing a particular narrative? Yes. I genuinely think.
Well, yeah,
so.
they go over the rules, like with NBA, NFL refs, what they're pushing for that season. So that's what they do to encourage certain calls. And then in the playoffs, I mean, they want to keep these games close, so they'll call them a certain way. And then the NFL is the most where they assign refs to certain sports and whatnot.
I always say it's a business at the end of the day. So I mean,
a TV show.
It's 100%. If it's a blowout at the Super Bowl, no one's going to want to give a fuck about that. So they are going to probably keep it close. And also, I did my research. I forgot which ref it was, but I looked up his name and I found his. I think it was like, what was it, True People search? And then I found his name, where he lived, his address.
Jesus.
I copied his address in Zillow, and the house was like $3.2 million.
A lot of these guys are like lawyers and
Getting paid off.
That's what I said. That's all the perspective. I'll get the name and everything for our next show, but
Well,
you
don't-
know, or
don't
maybe
show the
not.
guy
Maybe
out.
legally, I probably can't do that. But I did my research.
don't do that.
Yeah, legal. I don't know. We have to go check with our lawyers before I start throwing people under the bus. But anyway, but also now bringing it back to us with MVP and what makes MVP, one of the best capper platforms ever in South Florida. You guys heard it first. Is we have access to live betting.
Yeah, I mean, we're pushing out live betting through our partner IntelliBets. They give us data reads quarterly, but the main one that we've been pushing is halftime data. That's where I send out the Chiefs 1-6 winning margin for 2 units. You can get a much better grasp on the game at halftime. So during the Super Bowl, we're going to be probably sending out another 2-unit halftime play. Subscribers can only get it on Winnable. We're not going to send it out for free. We have been for some of the last couple playoff games, but on Winnable, we send it out at halftime, and you can get much better value. I know, Ray, you've kind of learned the NFL live betting live, especially with like the 1-9 winning margin.
You've 100% helped me over this past year and season. So I mean, I wasn't too big of an NFL guy, as you guys know. I'm a big UFC. We'll dive into a little bit later. But diving into more live betting, you've got me more active with live betting, as well as the access we have with IntelliBets. So, Matt, I know you've been diving into it a little bit too, right?
In what sense? Just the live betting as a whole, or
Yeah,
NFL?
live betting in NFL.
Yeah, I mean, Simon put me on to the live betting pretty much like 2.5 years ago when I found MVP and I started working with him. And it makes a lot of sense. You're able to gauge the game, and like one of Simon's like rules that he makes himself stick to is like he will not bet on a team until that team scores. And that's smart, because the amount of times you'll take a team pregame, whether it's a dog or a favorite, doesn't matter, and they just come out stagnant as hell. Offense has no chance to move the ball. If you wait live, you wait to see how the game plan is going to go. You wait to see how that first half shakes out. You're able to bet with some like knowledge of the game, not just pregame knowledge of what's actually already taken place in that game.
No, I think you just killed it, because I also take that into consideration when I bet UFC. I also look at live, because usually some fighters come out so stagnant in the first round and they just fucking pick it up in the second, and the odds are completely shifted because they lost a round. So, there's good ways to just capture a lot. Like, if you actually study the game, like I said, you are fucking an encyclopedia. It actually pisses me off how good you are with how you study.
It's the Jewishness.
It's got to be because you're a Jew. That you're
I hope
this
Bob's
good.
watching.
Yeah, he's probably gonna
Shout
watch.
out Boca Jets.
Yeah, shout out Boca Jets.
Shout out Boca Jets and hijinks. We just love Boca over here. We all live in Lauderdale, but we love you, Boca.
We're
now
getting-
podcast junkies. I mean, we're just Boca people.
Yeah, no, I mean, we're right next to Hijinks, which is Simon's favorite place. He's very excited about the bikini party this Saturday. Simon's like telling random people about this bikini party. He's like,
I got invited.
Yeah, you got it. He just
I
saw
don't
you.
want to go. I don't want to go.
Simon saw a random guy, a homeless guy, and he's like, "You want a bikini party?" He's like, "What?"
That's it. Let's bring in one of the bartenders across the street.
I mean, rumor has it. Don't know if it's true or not, but rumor has it the bikini tops that they're getting, one of the breasts is going to say MVP, and the other one's going to say hijinks.
Oh, good lord.
That'd be a great look for the brand.
Yeah, exactly. We got a nice free sponsor on a tit.
Just
so
with
that's
Simon's
great.
face on it. What if we just have Simon's face?
It's Sweiss.
Oh yeah, you got to see our old intro, Ben.
Yeah.
He's Sweiss. It's a whole thing.
It's
But-
just him smiling.
all
yeah.
right, back to football.
Yeah, back to football. Sorry, we're getting sidetracked with the bikini party.
Enough.
No, there's not enough. We'll have insight from the bikini party next show. But getting back to the Super Bowl, let's get back to what we're good at. We are good at bets and how we cash it. What are you looking for this weekend on Sunday for prop bets? There's certain prop bets. I have one that I like that I'm going to have.
Kareem Hunt an anytime touchdown.
Kareem
Why would
Hunt.
you
What'd
do
you
that to
say?
him?
Hunt anytime touchdown.
This guy over here just wants us to fucking lose.
All right. Oh, you want to hear what?
Wait, do you actually like that, or are you just fucking with me?
I don't have an opinion on it yet.
Okay, all right then.
All right, but I do have prop bets.
All right, tell me what your prop bets are.
Well,
this weekend.
first of all, generally, guys, you want to fade the public. This is kind of the average Joe public guy. He's actually gotten a lot better.
Yeah,
Let's say he's sharper
definitely
now.
not the average Joe.
Well,
What?
no, he's a great-looking guy. He's well-built, but
What does
like,
that have to do with him knowing football? He's a handsome guy.
He came in with not as much knowledge, but in terms of just the public, they're going to hammer all of these player prop overs. One that I really don't like is Saquon Barkley's over rushing yards. Everyone's going to be on that.
What's that line?
I forgot. Right?
Him to win the MVP for the Super Bowl is plus 240. So if the Eagles,
MVP is going to be one of the quarterbacks.
yeah, I know, but if he goes
if
off,
Saquon goes off on 180 yards and 2 touchdowns,
and the
he's gonna
Eagles win, it's
it.
plus.
If he goes off for
240.
180, then his prop over is going to hit.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, okay. All right. So bet I actually really like, and I already sent this out. Patrick Mahomes over 11.5 longest rush. He runs a lot more in the playoffs. I think he's going to actually go under his rushing yards, but he's going to have a big run at some point. Probably will get a rushing touchdown.
And the Eagles have a good defense too, so they might be covering everyone.
Yeah, I mean, he runs a lot more in the playoffs than he does in the regular season.
He runs so weird, like he's got like a stick up his ass. He's like
Last time
it's
that
a
was
strange
interesting.
run.
But yeah, last time they played,
Interesting.
he ran a lot. Dallas Goedert, my boy N-Dub, who you guys know now, he's all over Dallas Goedert props because the Chiefs can't defend tight ends.
He's also all over an older Ukrainian woman, but that's besides.
Yeah.
Wow.
What a stray.
And then I'm
So
looking. So
unnecessary.
our intern sent us some props to look at. One of them was the national anthem over 120.5 seconds. The other one was total number of songs in the halftime show over 10.5, and then Gatorade color purple. So interesting.
Those are prop bets.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you can take. I actually saw Matt on a sharp bet of like an over under for a national anthem. I think it was the under on the national anthem.
Always go under.
But
Do you think Travis Kelce's going to propose to Taylor Swift if they win?
I'm so over.
What are the-
talking about
that's an
Taylor
odds.
Swift.
That's an odds.
it's in Canada. You can bet on it.
They're gonna
Yeah, I think FanDuel's offering it in Ontario or something.
Ew.
I don't know.
gross.
Do I think he's going to? No, because he already said that he wants to play football for another like 3 years or something.
There was rumors that he was going to retire, which
saw
I was
that
like,
too.
thank God. I'm
But
so sick of
He
these.
came out on either his podcast
was
or
gonna
maybe
make-
it was at Media Day yesterday. He said he was like, no, like if I envision my plan, my vision 3 years from now is to still be playing football for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Jesus.
So
Andy Reid should retire off the cheeseburgers.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, Travis Kelce did not have a great season.
He'll probably get a touchdown in the
logistically.
Super Bowl. Though.
So that's my prop bet because he didn't have a great regular season, and the final game he went off, but I still lost because of fucking Fairbanks. But anyway, that's besides the point. That's a personal reason. But Travis Kelce anytime touchdown is currently sitting for the Super Bowl at a plus 125. I don't like those odds, to be blatantly honest with you. I hate them. I think Travis Kelce was at a medium or regular during the regular season. It's sitting at plus 185. And right now, I don't know why, but everyone's thinking he's going to score a touchdown. I almost want to fade that, even though I do think he's going to fucking score. But with those odds, I hate it. I would like it rather at a plus 200. I don't know. What do you think? You think Travis Kelce's going to actually score?
Yeah, I think he'll get one.
Two? Maybe? What's
One.
I don't know. We'll see. Patrick Mahomes scored fucking 2 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, he's gonna. I like his longest rush. He's gonna break one. He broke one against the Eagles last time, and he was injured at half in the last time they played each other in the Super Bowl. So
I don't know. I think it's going to all depend on how the offensive and
I just
defensive
hope the
line-
Eagles lose because I fucking hate them.
Well, at this point, me and Mons need the Eagles.
yeah, I'm
to fucking
so
win.
heavy on the Eagles.
Yeah, it's
I'm
insane.
going to be honest though, bias and taking
I know.
personal side bets aside, I think a smart bet would be Eagles first half money line. Just because I know they're going to come out firing and they're going to be juiced up. And we have seen the Chiefs come out slow, and I'd say basically I'd say 65 to 70% of the games this season.
Yeah.
They've come out slow in
come
the
out slow.
Super Bowls as well.
And so Super Bowls as a whole.
Their second half unders are 73% over the last 2 years
I saw a line.
because they slow it down and then you're right. The Eagles though are not a great first half team overall. That's the only thing. But I'm actually probably looking at just the full game under in total. But yeah, Chiefs are a second half team.
I saw a line that I think it was plus 550 that the Eagles win the first half and the Chiefs win the Super Bowl.
I like that.
Plus 550.
I would take that.
100%. I would definitely sprinkle maybe a quarter or half a unit on that.
Yeah, it's worth it for those odds. Why not? But now, with your knowledge and how you dive into everything statistically, you have rankings for offensive and defensive lines.
Well, yeah,
How much
PFF does.
How much does that matter going into the Super Bowl?
I mean, it's huge. The Eagles are kind of like banged up, right? The Chiefs have no injuries, and the Eagles are a little banged up. If we're looking at the O-line rankings, the Chiefs have the 7th O-line, the Eagles have the 1st, Chiefs 8th D-line, Eagles have the 3rd. So they're both very good. Like when we've seen it in the playoffs with the discrepancy, like Washington's O-line was much better than the Lions' D-line. So they ended up upsetting them there. O-line, D-line trenches is massive. I've been looking at this all season. In this game, Eagles have the better of both, but it's close. I know the Chiefs moved over Joe Tooney to left tackle from guard, and that's been pretty good for them.
Speaking of Joe Tooney, sorry to interrupt.
Former Pat, right?
Former Pat
Did he win a Super Bowl?
won 3.
Oh wow,
He was on the back end of the Pats dynasty 2.0.
So he's won what?
He's
5 Super
going
Bowls?
for I think his 5th or 6th
I'm
Super
gonna look
Bowl
it up.
Wow.
in like the last 8 years or something like that.
So there's a
I saw
piece of New
graphic.
England with us.
Oh, of
right
course,
there.
of course.
Yeah.
I'm a big Tooney guy.
Yeah.
He's only 32.
Yeah, he's
Wow.
picked the 2 best teams to ever play.
He's won
his career
4.
for.
He's
4,
won
so he's
4.
going
So
for
it's
5.
5.
He's
Good for
going
him.
for 5.
So you like
it would
him.
be like
He's-
5 and 7 years or something.
Yeah,
8
so
years.
they moved him. But yeah, the O-line, I mean, great O-lines and D-lines. Eagles O-line is tremendous. They were a little banged up, though, with their center, and then their guard who played center also got injured. So we'll see the injury report closer to kick, but the trenches should be pretty even there. And, of course, the Chiefs have Chris Jones, the big game wrecker there in the middle. So, and then they got Spagnuolo dialing up blitzes against their corner blitzes on 4th down against the Bills. So there's always something there.
So do you think the tush push is going to be effective?
Of course.
I think it'll be effective, but I think the Chiefs in a big situation will get one stop.
You think they're going to stop the? Is there odds for that? Is there odds to stop a tush push?
I would love the odds for that, but I think Spagnuolo's smart enough where they'll have somebody actually jump it and time it correctly, like the Commanders tried to do with the fucking jumping over the guy.
Yeah, that was crazy. The guy fucking jumped over the fucking the
They're
center.
like, if you do it again, we're gonna.
I never heard that call in my life. He goes, he didn't even say anything. Like it wasn't official. He's like, if you do it again, we're just gonna eject you. Stop.
No, we're gonna award a touchdown. They said.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
I didn't know that was a fucking rule. I never heard of that.
I never heard of that either. That's why he did it 3 times. Props to him.
Yeah, but that's it for the O and D
What are
line.
you doing to your water bottle?
Yeah.
Why are you squeezing it? Jewishness. Jewishness.
How is this Jewishness?
It just explodes on your face.
You're squeezing it, dude.
Yeah, just hold
I
it.
love the podcast junkies, like the branding on this. We should get water bottles.
Yeah, what is this? This H2O is crazy. Guys, drink Podcast Junkies water if you're ever dehydrated.
I think it's from Costco.
It is. It's a Kirkland bottle. I can
Well,
tell
all
by
right,
the feel.
all right, guys. You
can tell by the feel.
Don't
It's a
fucking
Kirkland bottle.
Don't
We
fuck-
love-
yeah, fuck.
Sorry,
We
Ben.
love Kirkland. We love
Ben's
Boomer
like,
Doom.
you got us.
Boomer Doom.
Boomer Doom.
I would go double chocolate chunk.
All right, back to the
All right,
Super
yeah. Enough. Yeah, you just exposed Ben. Jesus Christ. Thanks, Simon.
All right, we'll cut it out in post.
Yeah. All right. So let's dive into one of the main factors I feel like that are going to play a major role in the Super Bowl, and that's the refs. You are carrying all the ref stats. We have Patrick Mahomes. He fucking hangs out with the refs during the weekdays. They have lunch and shit. So what are we looking at? Who's reffing the Super Bowl, and how much of a factor are they going to play? You know, at least for the Chiefs and the
Well,
Eagles?
so the Super Bowl is a little bit different because
Do you know? Did they release who's playing?
Oh yeah, they released it
Okay.
last week. Ron Torbert, he did the Rams Bengals Super Bowl. The Chiefs haven't appeared in a game with Torbert since 2022 AFC Championship game against the Bengals with that call at the end there that they won. And then they have different crews on: Alex Kemp, John Hussey, Scott Novak. Their crews are on. We've been like fading or tailing them this year. And then you got the side judge, back judge. They're from different crews as well. But yeah, he hasn't officiated the Chiefs in a while because of that controversy against the Bengals in the AFC Championship.
I was gonna say that they didn't.
He hasn't
the
officiated
Chiefs-
them since.
The Chiefs, it was like 3rd and 9 or something. The Chiefs missed it, and then didn't he just basically say like the refs weren't set? Let's replay the down or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a flag. It wasn't even anything. It was legitimate, just like let's replay the down. And I forget what the reasoning behind it was, but the Chiefs ultimately got the first down on that 3rd down.
Yeah.
Honestly, sounds about right though. It doesn't. I mean, anything. Patrick Mahomes like, hey, bring that back. You see the memes where it's like the refs or the guys holding. It was holding. What team was it? Was it the Eagles during the season? I don't know. But the lineman was holding the offensive lineman, and Patrick Mahomes ran through it, and the refs like pushing away, like get away, and he runs with Patrick Mahomes for the first down.
Yeah, I'm looking at the thing. So referee Ron Torbert's 3rd down do-over was the first of multiple 4th quarter controversial calls. The Bengals were
Jesus
penalized
Christ.
5 times, 3 resulting in automatic first downs to 0 for Kansas City in the final 10 minutes. By accident or not, the NFL has not put Ron Torbert since 2022 with this fucking crew. So the Eagles have a good record with him, but there's a reason Torbert hasn't officiated there. Oh yeah, unnecessary roughness on Osai when he pushed out Mahomes at the end. That was the
I
call.
remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. That was ridiculous.
It's pretty crazy that he hasn't officiated them in that long, but yeah, the officials, he's going to come into play. I think the NFL wants a three-peat.
Man, I don't know. I mean, it would be good for business, I guess.
But can you sit here and tell me, and even Ben, that Mahomes and Reed are going to lose to fucking Jalen Hurts and Sirianni? That's what it's going to come down to.
Here and say like that Belichick and Brady could lost to Manning and Coughlin.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Obviously, the quarterback and coach of Belichick and Brady is far better, but Manning and Coughlin did it twice.
I mean, you're right, but Sirianni is a fucking idiot.
Sirianni is a clown. But
Sirianni's an idiot.
He's a
Jalen
clown that somehow
Coughlin
wins.
and Eli Manning, a lot more confident.
Agreed.
Even before they had like won.
I don't know about that, man. I mean,
you think Sirianni's a good coach? He's not even a top 10
he's a good
coach.
coach, but I think he can win a game.
Yeah, 100%. I think he's fucking
Against the shitty NFC teams. Okay.
No, but he's got a great team though overall.
He does have a better team, but we're talking about the game's going to be close at the end, and he's going to do something fucking dumb.
But honestly, at the end of the day, if you're risking it big, high risk, high reward, he might do something stupid, and that's on the team. That's honestly
We'll see.
depends on the
I've never been a
offense.
fan of him. I'm never a fan
You
of Jalen
hate
Hurts,
him,
and I
yeah.
hate Eagles fans in general. That's more important.
Yeah,
I hope you shave your
here,
head,
look
dude.
at the camera and tell Philadelphia how
Eagles
much you
fans,
fucking hate them.
I've said it all
There you go.
offseason.
Get in there.
You're the worst.
Can you do a slow zoom on him?
Yeah, slow zoom on Sweiss.
You people are the worst fans in the world, in all of sports. You're the scum of the earth. I'm a Packers fan. I love the cheesesteaks not cheesesteaks, excuse me, cheese curds, anything Wisconsin cheese over. Jesus Christ.
Look at that Jew.
Oh, man.
He's
Woo!
pretty.
Mahomes, baby.
What a handsome Jewish boy.
Eagles fans, I hope you burn in hell, most of you. I will shave my head if I'm
There it is.
shaving it. Here, this little hair here.
I saw a comment you posted, like, I'll shave my
Brazilian
head.
wax.
No, I
That'd
saw a
be funny.
comment, and
They
it was
should
like,
do.
not much to shave there, buddy. Hairline's already on its way out.
Oh, there's so many losers on social media out there these days.
It's just mean.
They love coming after you.
there was
Every
a
time
great
we
one,
always
too.
go. Mons is gonna dive
Yeah,
right
I'm
into
gonna-
it.
I'm gonna get
But
into
there's so many times we've watched football live out, like at different bars and restaurants, that immediately people are just like, I just fucking hate this kid
hate
over
him.
here.
'Cause I bring a
And he doesn't
computer.
say anything. He just sits there on his computer, just like, this guy's a fucking
he
loser.
does say stuff because we'll be talking to people at the bar, like just patrons enjoying the game, and he'll just be like, "What are you betting on?" Oh no, that's a stupid bet. My analytics don't line up. And I'm like, dude, like he's having a Miller Lite watching the game. Let him relax. Like,
And the guy with the Miller Lite looks at him and goes, yo, fuck your analytics.
Fuck your analytics. Like, there's this one guy.
Stop talking about him.
He's the boy. His name's Brian. He's just like, yo, I fuck with you, Ray. And Mons, you're cool too, but yo, fuck your boy, dude. Like, get his laptop and get him out of here. And then, of course, like, I'm drunk. And I'm like, yeah, get him the fuck out of here. What are we doing? Call the bouncer over. I'm like,
Get him out of here. And then me and Mons are like, wait, where did Simon go? Oh, yeah, we threw him out. Yeah, that's my fuck. All right, where's Simon?
Love you, buddy.
Yeah,
It's
no,
all love. We love you.
we still love you. And honestly,
I would die for you.
I would.
I would.
Good song.
We should make that an intro. But there's also a bet that you're on right now that this could hit. This Super Bowl. I don't know the odds of it, brother, but you've been on it for the past playoff games. It hasn't hit.
Matt was with me last year.
It's almost
overtime.
It's almost destiny at this point.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, I'm not so confident this year. I mean, back-to-back Super Bowls. I guess we'll have to kind of wait till next
real
year.
quick before you say it. We are currently talking about an overtime bet.
Yeah, I thought it would happen this playoffs and the Chiefs Bills and bet it all. Lost some money on it. Last year we hit. Matt was there with me, recorded it, which was an amazing experience. I'm gonna bet on it, but not as much as I did last year. So maybe it'll hit again. I don't know, Matt. What do you think? We'll get it this year?
I don't think we're gonna get it. I mean, but you never think you're gonna get overtime in any game. It's just one of those classic bets where as long as you martingale it accordingly, in the long run you will make money on it. And if you go long enough and continue to martingale it the right way, you will hit it big. I mean, last year you cashed out for over 30 bands on it. So you just need something to go your way.
I knew you.
And
You're right.
the overtime can happen.
And ever since, I haven't hit bets since I knew Ray.
So yeah, I'm basically Simon's bad luck charm.
Actually, when Matt came
says
down
that.
and lived with me for a couple months, we had a really good stretch there through the Super Bowl.
I loved living on your couch. It was so fun.
It's your couch now.
It is my couch now, but living on it with you and hearing your Jewishness and your sniffles.
I stopped
was great.
sneezing once you left.
Yep.
Allegedly, it was the cleanest it's ever been.
Oh, that apartment's
The
disgusting.
vacuum was fucked the other day. So.
That seems to be a common factor there. But do you think you're going to have that same success you did? Because I know the Super Bowl last year was your, not breaking out, but it was one of your biggest bets. Like, if not, was that your biggest cash bet? Like,
Oh,
is that
yeah, that's the
most you've
biggest
ever-
I've cashed out. Yeah.
Ever?
Yes.
Ever?
One sitting, yeah.
Wow. And you think you're going to have that? Not, you never
You know,
want
I
to
gotta say something. I gotta say something
replicate-
about a Hard Rock though here for a second because they took like a month and a half to pay me. Went through all my financials. My God, Hard Rock.
Hard Rock sucks.
With your stupid fucking policies and all this shit.
No, Hard Rock sucks. I'm not a fan of Hard Rock in the slightest bit.
Why'd you go through all my financials? It took a month and a half to pay me out. Yeah. Fucked up.
Yeah. So, yeah, we could all agree, fuck Hard Rock. Speaking of best bets, what was your worst bet that you've ever done? I want to hear that.
I feel like I've let you.
And this,
I feel like I've let.
Tennessee Titans in Week 18 this year. What were you thinking?
he's like, Will Levis.
No, that
wasn't
was
even
The
Will
Houston
Levis.
Texans win total for the season is 9.5. They're going under.
I forgot what it was.
that
It
was correct. Exactly how Matt said it.
It was the Titans.
I got to plug my nose. It's the Texans. They're going under. I love you, bro. I love you.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
It was. I forgot what it was. It was like week 1. He was like, hammer the Titans. and they just get
Ben,
fucking
what
destroyed.
Ben is a like third person here can understand that like most of my other bets hit that week, but Ray just listens on social media like as clickbait of my videos.
What does that have to do with me? You losing a bet has nothing to do with what I
all
said.
right. Israel Adesanya 3 units. How about
He lost, but we were still up. That's different. All right.
But you weren't up.
You're right.
You got greedy.
I did get greedy.
Don't
I
get greedy, guys. Don't
Yeah.
get greedy.
Yeah,
Don't be like Ray.
No. Be like me. I'm gonna hand out professional advice, but I'm also sometimes don't take my professional advice and I
Same
get
here.
stupid. Yeah, you know. But we're gonna hand out what's right. We're gonna give you a spreadsheet to be successful. But then again, with degenerates and dealing with degenerates in general.
Well, I mean, we are degenerates.
No,
let's just be
exactly.
honest
But
with ourselves.
degenerates are going to go above and beyond from what we give them in terms of a spreadsheet of success and making money for.
Are we like top 5% of degenerates in the world? Do you think?
Considering we spend on average, I'd say 48 hours a week at hijinks. Yeah.
Yeah,
That'll
We're
do
giving
it.
them a
We
lot
can't-
of recognition here.
yeah, but they do have a bikini party coming up. So.
Have you guys heard about the hijinks bikini party?
Yeah, have you got that? Well, honestly, hijinks, we're plugging you in, brother. Like shit.
Look at the hijinks logo on the
Fucking
screen.
A.
Just put it back there.
We just need all the bartenders to be behind
Sponsor?
us. Yeah, sponsor. Yeah, we should look for a sponsor for hijinks.
Honestly, no.
See, Ben. Yeah, right. Why not?
All right.
Every show we just have
back to football. With the bikini party,
Sorry.
it's enough.
All right, no, I want to go back to real quick. Your worst bet was it the Tennessee Titans?
No, I feel like I've years ago I used to like lose on the Seahawks for it was really random. I don't know, Matt. Was I with you during any really bad beats? Probably.
I don't
one
know
where I
what
threw the hat?
I don't know what the exact beat
Was the hat
but
one with the Bills?
last year,
Was it the overtime?
I'm sleeping on his couch, living the dream.
He falls asleep
And-
watching football games. He also orders fucking Domino's pizza
Simon.
during the third and fourth quarter. Him and our other business partner, Andres, left during Eagles Cowboys and ordered fucking Domino's. Didn't get it delivered because it was too expensive. My God, you lazy fucks.
What does that have to do with his
It was
worst bet?
actually less lazy. I went to pick it up. That's being less lazy.
Why would you
bro.
pick it up? It's like $5. You're
Save a
missing the
few
game.
racks. Jesus. Anyway,
Fucking-
sleeping on his couch, and we had a bad beat. And next thing I know, I get the Amazon Fire TV remote fucking whipped at the wall at like lightning speed, literally like fucking
Christ.
Randy Johnson over there. And I mean, it was like a Jewish, like, it was like a bad throw. Like it wasn't athletic in the slightest bit, but
He's got like his own sound effects that he fucking makes up.
and they're accurate. And then, he sits down, he's like, and I think then he was chasing because one of the books that he was on had a settle bubble of like up or down 1,000.
Is this actually accurate?
Yes. And you were down the 1,000, so you were in the settle bubble. So you would have had to send the 1,000 something on Monday morning. It was a Sunday night. So what do we do when we chase? We go in on late night NBA basketball. And when we chase the dragon, we almost always lose. So we lost. And then the remote was already busted from the wall slam. So then I got a hat across the room and a sweatshirt as well. It was actually the MVP sweatshirt to be exact.
The visor. The visor.
Oh, visor too.
We'll put
Yeah,
some of them
all
up
of
for
it.
the next episode.
It was great. Awesome.
All right, let's move on.
No, I never seen that side of you. I was going to get to my worst bet. I think it was betting at 3 a.m. at women's Turkish basketball.
Did you actually do that?
Yeah, I was like half asleep and I was trying to play catch
You sound
up.
like our good
You were
friend.
chasing the dragon.
I was chasing.
We have a good
Chase.
friend that
And
likes
then,
to do late night
I
bets.
love when people. I love when people chase the dragon.
I did it, and I was just like had that thrill where it's like I was already about to pass out, and then I was like looking, and then I just was like, "What am I doing
Yep.
with my life?
Yep.
Why am I up betting on this?"
Amount of times
and
I
like,
wake up.
it's like a live thing where you get to click it, and it's like a fucking middle school court with like 2 people in the stands, and the girls are just like launching the ball from like half court shots every single shot. I'm like, what am I doing? There was no strategy behind this.
There's no better feeling.
I
than
woke up in the
waking
morning like it's almost like eating McDonald's at night and waking up and be like, what did I do? You know what I mean? That's how
Great,
I felt.
because when you're the house, you wake up and you look at it and you go,
this
that's
asshole.
that asshole.
This
guy.
asshole.
we
This
got him on
asshole.
tilt last night.
Yeah, this
he had a
asshole.
few beers, maybe dove into
Has
the
it said
bag.
43-29 the whole time there?
It has.
Simon, we're all right.
We're working.
Simon's like, where are we?
Ben's going to shut us off. I'm scared.
All right, real quick, let's recap. Final thoughts on the Super Bowl. Anything else you'd like to add for the Super Bowl leading up to? I know it's going to be a big week for us. It's going to be a big week for MVP. Is there any final thoughts or anything you want to say to the people that are on our platform as well as people that are thinking about betting through us?
I mean, it's going to be. Every year I love watching football. I want to try to fucking actually watch the game. We're going to be out and about for it, but I need some peace and quiet sometimes watching. I like watching the Super Bowl. I don't like watching people who just don't give a shit.
I mean, I feel like a lot of people are going to give a shit. There's going to be a ton of money on this Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
a lot of money on it.
Any final thoughts for you, Mons?
Either Eagles win outright
Or
or
Kareem Hunt gets
Hunt
shot.
doesn't score. That's all I care about.
Kareem Hunt
Please,
gets absolutely
Kareem,
murked.
Pacheco
please.
time, baby.
I hope he gets
Big
hurt
Pacheco,
before the
baby.
game, and I mean that.
I hope Pacheco breaks one early so they just start using them for you.
Oh God.
But then they might vulture Kareem Hunt. That would be the worst case scenario.
Yeah, we're not gonna be looking at goal line stands. Yeah. But yeah, all right. Moving on from the Super Bowl, fuck the Chiefs. Guys, there's some news. I know Mons, you're about to dive heavy into this. We got an MLB umpire gambling scandal going on as we speak.
It's becoming to the point where it's never gonna happen because there's far too much money being made on it from a government perspective. And we make our living through it. But you got to go back to like making sports betting just illegal, in my opinion, because when you dangle, every league has its own sponsored book. Brought to you by FanDuel, brought to you by DraftKings. And
be hilarious if
every
the umpires
team,
had a patch
yeah,
on.
every team has their own, like kiosk. And it's what stadium were we at where they had the betting kiosks?
I don't know, but like Wrigley Field, you can go in.
Yeah,
There's like a DK lounge.
That's, I mean,
it's like all over the
it's the
place
same
now.
thing as like putting
Capital One
putting
Arena.
100 people in a room or 1,000 people in a room and dangling drugs in front of them. Like eventually they're gonna dabble in it. So it's like they know they shouldn't, but an umpire has a chance to make a few extra bucks. Yeah, he's gonna do it. Last week, Terry Rozier came out massive debt he was in to somebody, and instead of paying his debt, which I'm sure he has the money for, it's hey, shave points or whatever. And now he was in. Well, who was the other one? Jonte Porter. He's banned from NBA for life.
Fucking crazy. Yep.
All of it. I think it's becoming. It's getting to the point where, as a bettor, as somebody who bets on these games, I want this shit to be called the right way, called accurately. So if I'm, I don't want to lose my money because some college kid is into his bookie and can't afford it, so he shaves points, and all of a sudden now I lost my bet because this kid was playing, not fairly. Yeah. And if I'm a teammate of one of these guys point shaving, oh my god,
imagine.
I'm going nuts on them.
Yeah,
nuts.
I mean, the Otani thing got swept under too from the beginning of the.
Is that guy in jail? Like, what's the deal with him?
I don't even. No one knows
No one
anymore.
knows. It's the poster boy of MLB.
Exactly.
He is the
a lot of MLB gambling stuff going on, which is very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Making MLB interesting.
I
But
also think MLB is the hardest to bet on. So it's like you wonder, like, why? I don't know.
That's true. That's true.
It's very hard to bet on. I feel like most sports, like you with the NFL, me with UFC, you can have a good gear on things. Shit happens, but like MLB is the most. Like it could go from fucking here to here. Like
look at the fifth inning of Game 5 of the World Series this year. Yankees were up 5-0, 2 outs, nobody on base.
Just bizarre.
Inning ended 5-5.
Yeah, bizarre. Just nonstop.
Aaron Judge dropped a ball. Garrett Cole didn't cover first base. Next thing you know, the Dodgers put up 5 and tie the game, and they ultimately won the World Series in Game 5.
Just absolute rallying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Disgusting.
Crazy.
But back to the original point, something needs to be done. And, it starts with the leagues not letting all these sports books sponsor them.
They sponsor everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
FanDuel, DraftKings, Caesars,
Might as,
MGM, all of it.
put the patch on the umpire for DraftKings.
Yeah, let's,
well.
let's start draft. The refs are sponsored by books. That's fucking hilarious. All right, moving on. Guys, there's some breaking news this week, and I know I'm not a big basketball guy, but I'm getting into it. And of course, we cover all sports with Make Vegas.
Our guy
Pay.
N-Dub.
Yeah, N-Dub. Shout out him, Ukrainian woman. Great guy. Luka was traded to the LA Lakers.
Yes. Great for the league.
And Anthony Davis over to the Mavs. And I want to share this stat with you. And Mons and I broke it down. Before the Luka trade, the Lakers were a plus 3,000 to win the championship. They are now a plus 1,200 to win the championship.
Yeah.
How do you feel about those odds? That's a drastic change.
I mean, Luka was in the finals last year. Lakers probably need to make another move or two before the deadline, which is after this episode gets released, actually. But I love the move for the league overall.
The league needed it. I mean, everybody's been talking about how bad the ratings have been for the league.
No, this
year.
makes it super interesting.
It does.
It's a major market. It's a guy who was in the finals. I mean, he got killed by the Celtics, but the Celtics had a much better team. But he's playing with LeBron. LeBron's going to be rejuvenated. I can see LeBron playing a little longer now because Luka's on that
He already
team.
said it. He already said he'd be interested in signing an extension with the Lakers because of the Luka deal.
Yeah. I mean, if we get a few more years of Bron, Mavs are playing the Lakers in a couple of weeks.
And
I'm ready to roll.
like,
I'm going to watch
If I'm the
that.
NBA, like you have the Cavs who are right neck and neck with the Celtics. So the East isn't just like
Nobody cares though. About the
Celtics are going to
Cavs.
run away.
They don't
with
have
it.
any
No, but still,
name-worthy
it's
guys.
not going to be a cakewalk for the Celtics.
I
like
would
it was
rather
last
watch
year.
actually De'Aaron Fox, who just got traded, and
did.
Wembanyama. That's the league. These trades are
getting
making
excited
good.
over here.
Oh my
Jewishness.
god, the Jewishness. Everything's Jewishness. What about Christianness or whatever the hell your family is?
Christian.
Catholic, just standard white
God, you're
guy,
so.
Catholic,
I've never heard.
albino.
God, you're so Catholic. I've never heard that as like an insult. Like, oh, this dude's so Catholic, bro.
Anyway, the East isn't a cakewalk this year for a particular team, and the West. I mean, anybody's gonna always watch the West because of LeBron, and he's in it. Now you add Luka to that team, and I know
Bronny.
You
I'm
know,
just kidding.
What if they play the Mavs in the
and
playoffs?
the NBA
Ooh,
is praying that lines
hooray.
up. If Mavs and Lakers line up in the playoffs, this
That's insane.
could be one of the all-time turnarounds in league ratings we've ever seen.
Yeah, because right now they're not doing great.
Awful.
I mean, with what just happened, now they're gonna have a little bump in ratings. Everyone's gonna want to tune in, especially the Lakers, and see how they're doing with Luka. I think that's gonna be a drastic change. I think Lakers might go on a run. You think so?
Yeah, it's going to make the league a lot more exciting. I'll even watch during March Madness. But coming up this month, the Lakers are playing the Mavs twice. I know we'll all be watching. And yeah, Luka's an exciting guy. Him with LeBron, I'm interested to see that. I'm glad the league did this. I don't know how they got away with one first-round pick for that deal. Like, one for Luka? These other guys getting traded for like 8 or 9, it feels like. I don't understand how they got away. That was highway robbery.
We're
right
all in
there.
agreement. The Mavs lost this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mavs lost the trade.
Yeah. They
I
lost
mean,
this
Davis
trade.
is the 31. He gets injured. They got Kyrie and Clay. They'll probably be decent this year. But long term, you get a superstar to build around for 10 years and compete with your Celtics, who are, fucking unbelievable.
Yeah.
And fuck the Knicks.
Yeah. I guess fuck the Knicks too. But yeah, all right. Let's transition off into our final topic of
Your favorite.
My favorite. We won't dive too much into it because honestly, for a pay-per-view card, it is one of the more lackluster cards. I feel like even UFC Fight Night Saudi Arabia last week, which was a fight night and free, was almost more entertaining and had more stars on the card. That having said that, though, you got UFC 312 coming up. It's going to be based in Australia, which is going to be interesting. That means they're going to be fighting at like 9 o'clock in the morning, Sunday time, but it'll be nighttime with us, and we'll be at the bikini party during this. So there'll be a lot of entertainment on ours.
You guys heard about the hijinks bikini party? This
Yeah,
Saturday?
we're just going to keep plugging in this bikini party as we're moving forward.
As we're going to go right after this.
Yeah. I mean, you guys don't follow it too much, but I know you guys have been diving into it because of me and my involvement with the UFC and combat sports. But we have Dracus Duplessis fighting Sean Strickland.
No, I'm excited for that one.
It should be an interesting fight. I think it's going to be closer, but with the current odds of it, with Dracus sitting at almost a minus 210 and Sean being an underdog, it was in a split decision the last fight. So I don't know. I like Sean for possibly an upset here, but the one that I really like here, and the odds are starting to go up for, is the co-main event. Weili Zhang, the Chinese champion, is fighting the American Tatiana Suarez, who's
That's a good
currently
fight.
she's currently undefeated. The odds are sitting at even. Actually, I think it just moved to -120 to Tatiana Suarez. She's been on tear, an unbelievable wrestler. I like her. I really don't like betting on women's fights, but
Why is that?
because it's so unpredictable. I always say this, for heavyweight fights, you watch out, look for the dogs in heavyweight fights, and look for women's fights for the dogs, because it's so unpredictable and you never know who's going to come out flat if they're on their period. There's factors.
You know who
we gotta
doesn't
look
come out
into
flat?
here.
Michael Venom Page.
Yeah,
that
bro.
walkout.
Hey, who called that?
Wasn't he fighting a guy with one eye?
Yeah, but he was undefeated Shara Bullet, dude.
Why would you bet on a guy who fights one eye?
Because he's a great Muay Thai. He's a kickboxer, world champion. He was a phenomenal striker. But Michael Venom Page was a counter striker, which helped. Yeah.
the
Real
walkout.
quick, I won't dive too much into the card just due to the limited the time we have. For the lock of the week, I'm going to give you my lock of the week: Cody Steele at -230. I know it's juiced, but man,
That's some juice.
it's juice. But man, he's gonna fucking win. So please listen to
How
me.
many units?
We'll see. I'm going to calculate that. Follow MVP for us for my unit size and full card breakdown. And then for the dog of the week, I'm going to go Jack Jenkins fighting in Australia, sitting at +190. That guy's a dog.
Who's he fighting?
With this Brazilian guy. What's his name? Give me 2 seconds. Gabriel Santos. So he's a very good fighter, but Jack Jenkins is a dog, and I usually, for a dog, you want to go for a dog, and he could take a beating and he could dish one out. So I like him. Gabriel Santos hasn't had pressure, and Jack Jenkins is going to bring that fucking pressure. It'll be interesting. Another interesting one, real quick, is Alexander Topuria, which is Ilya Topuria's brother, who's the world champion. He's fighting Colby Thickness, which is ironically Alexander Volkanovski's training partner.
His last name is Thickness.
Yeah, isn't that so fucking cool? Thickness.
Sick last name.
Thickness.
Thickness.
Thickness. Unfortunately,
Nice.
Gotta be
unfortunately, he
a
fights
girthy
at
dude.
bantamweight at 135. So I don't know. We're gonna have to.
He's not really girthy in that.
Yeah, no, he's
no.
not that girthy. But that's
Why
gonna
are
be
we talking girthy?
Are we? All right. Well, moving on. Are we? Ray? Are we able to bet? Like, I still don't understand. Can you bet UFC live at all?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can bet live. And I think that's probably the most intriguing thing for me. I think that's probably, if not the most underrated way to make money, just how you use in the platform for the NFL during halftime. I use that in between the rounds. So my halftime is in between the rounds. So say, like I said, we were talking about a little bit earlier, coming out flat, or Mons brought it up, where a team doesn't score and they come out flat, and then all of a sudden you just see them pick it up. You could get better odds and better bang for your buck. Just kind of seeing. You have to wait. You have to pay attention. You have to see how the other fighter's reacting. Maybe they blew their wad and try to fucking finish the guy in the first, and all of a sudden the guy's, he goes back, sits in the corner, he's slunched over, going, shit, couldn't put this guy out, and the other guy's just sitting like, his face is all busted up, just like, I'm ready to go. It's like, I want my money on the guy who's ready to fucking come out in the second round. And you see that a lot, actually. You just have to weigh it out and delegate. I think women's fights is also something to look at. Like I said, I don't like betting on it, but in between rounds, it's such a back and forth battle because it's different. But I like betting live in between rounds for UFC. And yes, you can bet on it. And we also have books for you guys if you do need that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, ending that, not too much. I mean, I'm excited because I'm a UFC buff, but regardless, nothing too lackluster. Do you want Dracus Duplessis or Sean Strickland? We'll end it with that. I know you're not sure.
Strickland's the dog, right?
Yeah, Strickland.
Is he American?
He's American.
With the other guy not
America.
American?
Yeah, he's South African, but I like Dracus. I
like
know
South
him
African.
personally.
Who are
too.
you
He's a
on
good-
personally for the fight? Are you going to take Strickland as the dog?
What about rounds
for the
over
value?
under?
For the value, I want to take
I
Strickland.
was going to say, it's great value. You're getting him as the dog.
but I think Dracus is gonna win though.
By what?
Decision.
Over under rounds?
Strickland is a decision machine. I think the over for it to go to a decision is sitting currently at a -190. I don't mind tagging that.
Well,
in
who's
a parlay.
reffing? Do we know yet?
Oh no, we don't know.
Herb Dean.
Maybe Herb Dean, the GOAT, but we'll see what happens. I mean,
Is it rigged?
Is it rigged? I mean, I don't think so. There's a few questionable calls with early stoppages. I mean, I feel like Israel Adesanya's last fight was maybe.
Oh, don't hate on.
Slight, yeah, because I
let's not
fucking
talk-
lost 3 units. But anyway, that's besides the point, guys.
Stoppage.
Yeah, exactly.
Doctor Stoppage.
Doctor
Well,
Stoppage.
Ray, what? I know this was our first episode here at the new studio. What should people look out for over the next couple weeks here with us?
Guys, we're going to be breaking it down from, like I said, of course, football. We'll break down the Super Bowl next week on our show, but more importantly, we're going to be diving more into logistics for the UFC. I want to dive into it because we're going to be in our off season. I know that's your specialty, but we're going to dive more into MLB and NBA, UFC, but also just betting in general. Be having guests on board, cappers that we're going to be talking about tricks and tips that they use as well. So
And March Madness.
And March Madness, correct. So we're going to be having a ton of insight coming to you guys while you're watching the MVP show. We're just excited to get it finally rolling. We have a good system. We got my man Ben, Podcast Junkies. No, I'm excited for this, for what we have here and what we're going to build out of it, man. How do you feel? Good.
I'm glad Matt's on.
Yeah, no, finally, fucking
banter,
this has been
here like
dude,
me and making yarmulke jokes and just,
We're gonna start doing the energy
maybe
drink. We're
Minoura
gonna do
sitting
the
right
gas
there.
station reviews segment. soon.
Today's was a Hawaiian Punch C4.
How do you like it?
Smoked it, deleted, absolutely deleted. I'll have one every
Hawaiian
week.
Punch is a great flavor.
Great flavor, great flavor.
Yeah.
Is this kosher?
You might have some health problems from that shit.
I love you, buddy.
Stop drinking coffee.
Guys, but we just want to thank you for tuning in to the MVP show. I am your host, Ray Sherwood. We are here. Say goodbye. Where could they follow you, Sweiss?
Make Vegas pay. Don't want to follow the personal.
Yeah.
Just
Too
follow
much
Make Vegas.
Jewishness.
And needs to give us a follow.
Mons, where can they find you? brother?
Either mvp.mons or Monahan016. We'll have that up on the screen.
He
for
has
you
only
next time.
6 posts on Instagram, so
He's undercover, bro. He's just a ghost. Some people are
Literally
ghosts.
why my job requires me to be undercover.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Catch us next week on the MVP show. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week.